Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome back to another Saga of a Space Battleship reaction. This came out just yesterday at the time of me recording. It's episode 2. Does this have a title, or is it just... Yeah, it doesn't have a title, it's just episode 2. So, funny thing, after I did my reaction to the first one, it evidently did get to the creator, and they actually messaged me over Discord, and they were able to answer some of my questions. One of which was being, like, when this show took place, and basically this is a replacement for the Space Battleship Yamato Resurrections movie, which, as I said before, was originally supposed to be a trilogy, but then that kind of went nowhere afterwards. So this is a replacement to also answer my question from before as well. They only have one person animating this, and as they've said, they try to plan to have at least one episode out a month, but you know, things can get in the way, so we're going to have to see. So yeah, I'm excited to see how they get Yamato out of the museum. I'm excited to see Yamato just absolutely devastate the... what was the other galaxy called? The Collision Galaxy ships? So yeah, of course, as always, original video is linked in the description if you haven't seen it for some reason. Corner video will lead to my Let's Play of the day, and yeah, we'll throw that out of the way. Let's get this thing started then, shall we? Oh, here we go. Actual intro, yes!
It's time to go window the earth that we love so, and the cruise awaits its goal. Come on.
Okay, where is that from? Because, like, I know you look online and, like, sort of like how more nowadays you'll have like orchestras playing like video game themes or something like that, like, you know, Legend of Zelda. I have seen videos of them, like, basically having orchestras playing the Space Battleship Yamato theme. But where is this from? I've never heard this. Like, that's the thing. This sounds like the original singer from the original series, but it's being sung in English with okay, I mean, we're gonna definitely have to see. I'm sorry, that kind of threw me for a loop a little bit.
Flying in the stars above, I'm holding up in love, speeding but roaring by, we will return by and by.
Oh, the asteroid ring.
We must remain with the fight into the pain of the hopes of those we love, are with us as we fly above. Bleeding down the Milky Way, forcing on for this thunder, see the earth of each dreaded foe, and our space cruiser Yamato.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was going to say, because I know, like, in some of the many adaptations that Yamato has had around the world, I know there was the whole thing of, like, Yamato being called Space Cruiser, which I always found was really weird. Huh. Doesn't let him fire the wave motion gun. Oh, okay.
Hold it right there. Get those hands up.
Whoa, easy there.
Alright, you two. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Same question can be asked of you, buddy. What in the hell are you all up to in here?
Easy, Rabbit.
Major, I'm Lloyd Conrad, the CAG for the Luna-based Cosmo Tiger teams.
Major Sanford Williams. I'm in charge of security here. Again, what are you two doing here?
Wait, don't you know what's going on outside?
It's like, the Earth is currently being invaded. Yeah, not my problem.
If you hadn't noticed, we're kind of inside of a giant island of ice. Windows aren't exactly a steady supply here.
So what? My dude, that is not a good answer. This is evidently, you know, a very this was supposed to be a museum. I mean, but it also appears to be, a fairly secret military installation. So you'd think just because of that, you'd have outside, like, sensors just so you could tell what was happening around you?
Don't you monitor comms? There's a fight going on out there, and you're all in here doing...
What do you mean there's a fight going on? Hold on.
Sanada, this is Ghost. We got a couple of pilots at the display entry.
What are they doing here?
They say there's a fight on.
Our fast action fleet, Luna Base, and more than half of the Cosmo Tigers are gone!
Bring them to the bridge and get the rest of their people to sickbay.
Who was that?
That was Sanada. He's the head honcho around here. Come on, let's get to the bridge. You can explain on the way. Follow me.
I'm Sanada. I'm in charge here. Now, what's this you said about a battle outside?
I'm Major Conrad. We're currently under attack by an as-yet-to-be-identified enemy.
Calm down, Conrad. I find it highly unlikely that it...
I'm sorry, sir, but it's true. Contact EDF headquarters. They can confirm it.
We're under strict orders to maintain a silent running status. No messages, no radar.
Again, but you couldn't have, like... I know there's such a thing as, passive sensors. Like, okay, this... I have the sinking feeling that all of this is due to budget cuts. I mean, it's government work. What do you expect?
Please, sir. Confirm it. We're dying out there. We're completely outgunned. Luna Base was just destroyed.
Yeah, it's absolutely shattered.
Ghost, get on the radio. Send this message to EDF HQ. From Damocles. Has the sword fallen? Use frequency 955.
So many years of peace. Gone in an instant.
General, we're receiving a message on frequency 955.
Read it.
From Damocles, has the sword fallen?
Reply immediately. To Damocles from Zeus. The sword is falling. Restrictions lifted. Target bearing 335 Mark 90.
Oh.
Sir?
Do it. Hurry.
Okay. I see. That's what the... Admittedly, when I saw the intro, I thought they were going to do the whole thing where they have to blast out the side of the comet ice thing with the wave motion gun, and that's how they leave. But no, they're going to, like, turn the entire thing and then destroy the enemy with that. Okay. Okay.
To Damocles, from Zeus. The sword is falling. Restrictions lifted. Target bearing 335 Mark 90. Repeat. To Damocles, from Zeus. The sword is falling. Restrictions lifted. Target bearing 335 Mark 90.
Are you sure about this, Kodai? If we do this...
We're out of options here. We're cut off from the rest of our fleet. They're our only hope.
Repeat. To Damocles, from Zeus. The sword is falling. Restrictions lifted. Target bearing 335 Mark 90.
Attention all hands. Board the Yamato. Head for the emergency life support shelters. Prepare for rapid external vacuum. Engineering, give us a surplus energy buildup. Prepare to fire the wave motion gun.
But
Yes!
sir, you can't.
Unfortunately, we're out of time and options. And unless you can offer me a different solution, it's the option we're using.
Engineering reporting energy buildup.
How can we help?
You, sit there. Bring our radar online and confirm the position of the enemy fleet. You, there. Once we fire, this entire island may break apart. It'll be up to you to land the ship safely. Can you do that?
Because, like, flying a fighter jet and flying a battleship are, like, the exact same, like, skill set. Like, they're 1-to-1. Oh, God, I'm loving this. That is the thing. Granted, it was, like, they kind of pulled it heavily in the original, like, Space Battleship Yamato Resurrection. But, like, I can understand, crew, like, having, like, being trained in, like, multiple fields, for redundancy and stuff like that. But having your main doctor be a fighter pilot, yeah, I'm sorry, I just literally remember that, and I can't help but feel that that's, a rather poor choice of job allocation.
Yes, sir.
Transfer all energy to the wave motion gun.
Energy building, 50%.
Enemy fleet location confirmed.
Wait a minute. Doesn't the wave gun need the main engine powered to fire?
There's an external wave motion generator connected to Aquarius Island.
Energy buildup, 90%.
Target scope open. Cross gauge brightness 20. Releasing final safety lock. Pressure approaching saturation point.
There we go. Safety locks out.
Energy buildup completed. 100% plus 20. She's ready, sir.
All crew. Don anti-flash protection. 10 seconds to firing.
Enemy fleet on approach.
No, it's just sunglasses. I'm sorry. I love that. Like in the other series, they're these big thick goggles, but no, it's just sunglasses. I'm sorry. I'm loving this. Oh god, this is beautiful.
Hold steady. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire!
We have zero visibility. There's too much debris. Stand by.
I know you survived.
I mean, I sure hope so.
Look there.
Oh god, yeah, that is the one thing. I love what they've done with the wave motion shield in like the new series. Like, you know, the 2199 timeline, I guess you could call it. And I loved in like in Space Battleship Yamato 2205 that like you have like the Yamato and the other ships that are with it. They're going into like atmosphere, and you just see like the air resistance bubble around them as they're like just rocketing towards the ground on re-entry. That was not something I knew I needed in Space Battleship Yamato, but it's something that is so good. I'm so happy that they actually did something like that. Oh. You know what? I just realized her skin is blue. I don't know why it took me so long to register that. I mean, that obviously means she's a Gamma Lost. Yes, the wings! Wonderful.
Yamato. It's been too long.
Kodai, look.
Call the government offices. I need to speak with the president.
Are there... Oh, great. There's
Kodai,
more of them, aren't there?
There's a message coming in from the Hijikata, marked Priority 1.
On screen.
This is Captain Kodai, captain of the EDF Explorer vessel Hijikata. This is an emergency message to EDF HQ. We've encountered a powerful entity that is in pursuit. We will attempt to escape, but if we're unable, do not approach Section 17 of the Collision Galaxy.
You know, I'm gonna be quite frank. It never occurred to me that that message hadn't actually reached Earth yet. I completely forgot. So either that means that... Actually, no, yeah, they said... Yeah, so that probably meant that whatever this enemy is, it attacked the Milky Way basically everywhere simultaneously. I was gonna say something about, you know, communication while being near the speed of light not being faster than it, but... So that means that the intro thing that we saw in episode 1 literally just happened. Oh god, okay.
If this message reaches EDF HQ, this next part is for my husband and daughter, Susumu Kodai, and
They'll pay. I swear, they'll pay.
What a disaster. So much loss of life.
It's a miracle we didn't lose more than we did. We were utterly outclassed out there.
It's quite clear that the enemy has superior numbers. Compounding this is their swarm mentality.
Right. Even their fighters attempt to swarm targets, overwhelming them from all directions.
Is there...
Which, if that's the case, how do you think they deal with the whole problem of being, for lack of a better word, you know, the Mexican firing squad? Like, is it just the fact that, you know, like, their aiming systems or their algorithms, whatever they use, are, like, accurate enough that they don't have to worry about, like, everything is just pinpointed on the enemy? Or is it more the fact that, since they have such greater numbers, they don't care about casualties? So they can lose, you know, a few to friendly fire and not really care about it, which kind of makes you wonder, what kind of enemy are we dealing with here?
Is there anything we can do to fight back?
At our current strength, it would be impossible. Much of our fleet's strength was removed when the Coalition agreed to stop utilizing wave motion gun tech.
I see.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, again, another thing that I didn't even realize in the first episode. Yeah, none of those ships fired a wave motion gun at the enemies. Granted, I mean, I can see the reason why. I mean, wave motion gun is essentially, you know, this universe's sci-fi equivalent of a nuke. So I mean, you kind of don't want those to proliferate too much. At the same time, I mean, completely disarming yourself, as we've seen, has not been the best outcome. Okay.
I mean no offense, President Eldred, but I caution against this action.
You did, General, and it seems that ultimately you were right. This deed, as you so elegantly put it, blew up in our faces.
Which is ironic, given that we got rid of the wave motion gun, the thing that blows things up.
So we sit here and do nothing?
I intend to fight.
But how? You said currently we couldn't.
I fully intend to take the Yamato to face the enemy and rally support to fight against them.
It's very possible that other ships survived this ambush, and even more likely, Galman has.
This is true. The Galman military has always had a knack for overwhelming numbers.
Yeah?
But the Yamato is a complete wreck. She barely held together on landing.
What materials we need, now that the Yamato isn't being rebuilt in secret, we can get easily.
The difficult part will be formulating a plan to escape from Earth's wave motion shield grid and warping to Mars.
To Mars? Why Mars, General?
Mars is where our old mothball fleet has been moored.
If we can secure a route through to Mars, ensuring the enemy follows the Yamato, there are enough ships there we could mount a proper counterattack.
And how do you intend to do that? Get them to follow the Yamato, I mean.
The enemy.
I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, the Yamato kind of has a knack for attracting attention. I don't think you'll have to work that hard.
The enemy seems drawn to wave motion energy. During the battle, the Yamato recorded some interesting data. When the Yamato began powering up her wave motion gun, the enemy fleet changed tactics entirely. It seems that the buildup of wave motion energy attracted them, like a moth to a flame, and they instinctively began to open fire on Aquarius Island. If we can utilize this, the Yamato could act as a bucklight and attract the enemy.
Wouldn't this leave you in a precarious state and leave the Yamato open to ambushes at all turns?
That is exactly what it will do. However, the more attention we have on us, the less Earth will have to contend with.
I can't say I'm entirely comfortable with this plan, General Kodai. I can't exactly order people to embark on this mission if there is a high probability that they won't be returning home.
I swear, politicians, man. I mean, given that you're literally at war, Madam President, I don't think they have a choice.
Which is why the Yamato will only be crewed by volunteers. The Star Force has been that way since its inception, and I see no reason for that to change.
This still leaves the problem of leaving Earth to solve. The second we leave the planetary shield, the bombardment will begin striking the surface.
Speaking of planetary defense, that was one of the things I kind of imagined, like, in my mind many times over the years when watching, like, 2199 and stuff like that. Because we see in 2202 that, you know, they have defense satellites up. But the thing is, they're all using the old style of, I think, what are they called? Like, positron cannons? Like, the ones that they were using before the Yamato became a thing. So I have to wonder, is that A, just they were old and it's the cheapest thing that the, you know, United Earth government could put up in short term, like in, you know, a couple of years, or is it more an energy thing where they weren't willing to have basically a stationary wave motion engine to power, like, more modern weaponry? And on, like, a side tangent to that, I remember, like, years and years ago at this point, I just after I had finished watching 2199 for the first time, I remember imagining, like, what Earth would do to help rebuild and, you know, help defend itself, basically, now that, you know, that they knew that alien life was out there and it was potentially, you know, an enemy. And I remembered the idea of thinking that, what if Earth, like, salvaged the tech for, like, the reflection gun? I think that's what it was called. You know, the gun that was on Pluto that was turning meteorites into projectiles towards Earth. But they salvaged that tech and they built one on each of the poles, like North and South Pole, and they basically replicated it so that Earth had, like, two guns that it could, like, basically fire in any which way direction to, like, defend itself in case of stuff happening. You throw in, you know, like, the satellites that were in, like, 2202, and, like, potentially, like, a planetary shield, and I swear, you basically just turned Earth into a fortress. I mean, again, you know, the whole problem is, you know, money, but still, that would be so cool.
I don't understand. Why is this happening? Why is Mother... Why did they have to take Mother?
It's not easy losing someone you love. I know.
Mother... It's unfair. She did nothing to deserve this.
I know, Miyuki. I know. The most we can do for her now is to remember her and protect the home she loved so dearly.
Please, tell me we're going to go. I know she told us not to, but...
Miyuki, you have my word. We will find her. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yamato, my brother's ship. I'm finally here.
Hey, Jiro! Over here!
Flyboy, you're here too?
You think I'd pass this up?
You're certainly thick-headed enough.
Oh, yeah. She's here too.
You two still haven't kissed and made up?
Ew, I'd rather kiss a dog.
Do you guys know of anyone else from our class joining the crew?
Yeah, actually there's a few. The one's lucky enough to be planetside anyway.
Miyuki
Yeah,
is
of
most
course,
definitely already on the bridge. I think Foyers and O'Reilly joined as well.
Well, as I live and breathe. Jiro, it's been some time. You've grown up.
You look just like your brother when he was your age.
Should have known you guys would show up.
When we saw the Yamato touching down here at Pearl, well, we wouldn't let General Kodai leave without us.
Pearl Harbor. Okay, the Yamato at Pearl Harbor.
Understand. Speaking of the general, do you know where he is?
Where else would he be?
It's in the captain's quarters.
The last of the medical supplies should be loaded within the hour. Shield torpedoes will be finished after that.
I've got the engineering department going over the last of the ship's energy conduit system. She should launch without issue.
What of the rest of the senior staff?
I've got a report that they've arrived and will be checking in shortly.
Miyuki, can you find Ehara and send him up immediately?
Of course, sir. Excuse me.
Are you sure about this, Kodai? He's not going to like this very much.
I can't think of anyone more qualified. I trust him to get the job done.
It just seems cruel in a way.
I can't ask anyone else to do it. I'd have asked you, but you know this ship inside and out.
Are you sure you're doing this just for him?
Him and his family. Enter.
You'll excuse me. I need to get down to the bridge. There are a few more details I need to work out.
Thank you for coming up, Ehara.
Okay, this is pretty serious if you're asking to see me alone. What's up, Kodai?
I know your heart is in the right place volunteering for this mission. And I do want you here, but I need you to stay here on Earth.
Excuse me, what?
I need someone here I can trust to ensure that once we leave, the second part of our plan continues without a problem.
I don't understand. You need a comms officer. You don't have anyone nearly as qualified as me.
I have Miyuki, and she's just as good as you.
You think I'm gonna cut and run again, don't you?
I absolutely do not think that.
Of course you do. It wasn't the first time I did. Back on our first mission to Iskandar, and then again when the Bolar Wars broke out.
Ehara, please, calm down.
Don't you dare tell me to calm down. You don't trust me to handle the weight of this situation.
I mean, you literally said it yourself. You don't have the best track record, guy. I mean, 2 out of 3 missions? That's a 66% failure rate.
Ehara, sit down and listen to me! Now, to put that worry to rest, I wouldn't ask you to stay behind and do this job. My job, if I didn't trust you. Second, you have not 1 but 3 children to take care of whom are barely out of diapers. I wouldn't dare separate you from them. Not now. Not when things are going horribly wrong. And third, we don't know if we're going to have reliable communications out there. A ground-based communication system will have a better chance of getting through to the Coalition fleets still out there. If we can't find and rally them, it will be up to you.
I'm sorry, Kodai. You're right.
There's nothing to apologize for.
Go out there and do your
You'll
job.
find her, Kodai, and you'll figure out some way to save Earth. You always do.
No pressure.
You can handle it. Good luck, Kodai. All our hopes and futures go with you.
This is Captain Susumu Kodai. All hands, prepare for departure. Yamato launches in 5 hours.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I do have to say that was a wonderful second episode. Yeah, so, other than that, I am very excited to see where this is going. And I mean, we had the wave motion gun firing in episode 2. I mean, and nice and early. Love it. So some other things that I heard from talking with the creator. They said that they're aiming for this to be a 26 episode long series. Like, so they're going like full length series here. So that I am very excited for. I can't wait to find out like what exactly is going on. Like, who are these enemies? Why do they have this like weird, seemingly weird obsession with wave motion energy? I also want to find out what happened to the Gamelas, because we're kind of sharing the galaxy with them, and presumably they'd be attacked too. And given that there was a Gamelas like officer there, we haven't actually officially met her yet. So I mean, that'll definitely be something. Probably we'll see her in the next episode, hopefully, or maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that will be it for now. I am so very much excited for this series to continue. I'm happy that it is continuing. And of course, like, if you're watching this, go support the original video. Go support the original creator. Give it likes, give it comments. They deserve it. So yeah. With all that out of the way, original video is linked in the description if you haven't seen it yet for some reason. Corner video leads to my Let's Play of the day. And yeah, with all that out of the way, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.